Yes, indeed. It's about time for us to take a quick look at what's happening on the covers of the dailies. The newspapers have loads of headlines today. Mike is here with me, as always. We're starting with the Nation newspaper this morning, Wednesday, December 6th, 2023. Army explains accidental drone attack on villages. DHQ intelligence showed terrorist movement, it says. Our family lost 34 people. NEMA say 85 killed, 66 injured. Tinubu sympathizes, orders probe of incident. We are repositioning police, says Minister Iman Sulaiman Ibrahim. Page 12 has more on that. CBN blames cash crunch on uneven flow, huge withdrawal. And on the Japa syndrome, Nigerian kills wife in UK over bills. Mike.
Yeah, so I definitely want to talk about the drone attack. Very, very sad. Maybe this is one of the first few times I can remember that you can see a security agency take responsibility for what happened. Let's go further. A very, very concise investigation should happen, but this does happen. Even in ongoing wars around the world, you see where things happen where, okay, hey, some target was hit and that wasn't what was planned. So collateral damage, I don't like to sound that way, but it does happen. Collateral damage, but it shouldn't be just numbers. Apart from whatever should happen, they should be well compensated. What I mean is that, look, the federal government should take it upon themselves. Someone said they lost 34 family members. No amount of money can replace those people. No amount of money can justify, their lives or something. But I'm saying that, look, there should be enough compensation for them. The government should say, okay, look, hey, since you're saying what's already this happened, due compensation, financially and otherwise, and maybe relocation should be awarded to these families and all that. And it's so sad, and we pray for the repose of the souls of those that were lost.
Very sad, very sad. There's not many occasions where we even hear about the details of such actions by the military.
By the military,
but this time they are coming out to
take responsibility for it.
Key there.
So that's a good start.
The same basic headline from what you said is on the cover of the Daily Trust. You want to take the Daily Trust, Mike?
No, I don't have it here. If you could just
I have Kaduna massacre. Northern leaders, others demand compensation, just as you said just a few minutes ago. Residents narrate ordeal. Tinubu orders probe. We were pursuing terrorists, military say. And Uba Sani says, your statement insensitive. Meanwhile, Sanusi, Bamali, others call for calm. And attack product of recklessness, say Amnesty International. Now, yes, based on the number of people affected, the term recklessness does sort of come to mind because, when you think about it, the artillery that's being used, it needs to be really well thought out before, that button is pressed, if I can put it that way. But let's move on to other stories now. 2024, it says here, Tinubu Shetima's trips, meals gulp 10 billion as villas, animals get 201 million naira. Court orders execution of ex-soldier for killing Yobe Islamic cleric. On COP28, Sheikh Tinubu stewards cooks among Nigerian delegation. And there is a photo story there right at the bottom of the page on the Kaduna issue we mentioned.
Yeah, maybe there's been talk about COP28 and all of that. The federal government came out to clarify that that it's just a little bit over 400 delegates that were sent, not the 1,400 that has been passed about in the media.
1,144.
Okay. So if the federal government has said that, then let's take it for what it is, for what they said it is. But then it's not a big deal taking. If you had any foreign delegation coming to somewhere, you wouldn't want them having issues with the food there.
Nutrition.
With nutrition, exactly. Yeah. So we've seen it. In fact, some other people they'll bring the cars they will drive. You remember a few times, once or twice. I remember when the U.S. president had to come to Nigeria. I still remember what happened that period. down, of course, even the water I would drink,
Yeah,
they will bring everything from there.
Yeah.
So it's not the issue of taking stewards and cookies not out of place for any foreign delegation going to somewhere. You don't want to go and eat something now, then you're,
Funny enough,
you know, start, you know, but that's an issue.
Sometimes they also say it's being considerate to the hosts because the hosts would have to spend a lot of money taking care of that delegation. Yeah, so the host country.
So, but the point is that Nigerians are crying out as much as possible. We need to reduce excessive spending, waste or padding, as it were. We need our leaders to also understand and feel the pulse of the people.
Now let's head over to the Punch. Here, this very similar headline: Kaduna village bombing, death toll hits 120. Villagers alleged military bombed twice. One family loses 32 members, it says here on the Punch. Culprits must be punished. Survivors, ACF, JNI tell military. And the army chief begs victims, says soldiers mistook villagers for bandits. It also says at the top left there, on auction, presidential aircraft bidders get December 24th deadline. Federal government seeks 35 billion naira to revive Ajaokuta Steel. Power Finance Ministries to get 618 billion naira loan, CSOs kick. And at the bottom there, it says over 9,000 civil servants fail promotion exam. That's what we have on the cover of the Punch.
So a few things I want to mention here. Just recently, of course, we've seen this happen over time, but university students have been protesting for a number of reasons, and then it came up again about how some, I can't remember, but last school now, but they were talking about how their papers, you know, their papers were being thrown away, and how, you remember how it was for school.
Sure.
The best lecturers are or the most feared lecturers or the biggest lecturers are the ones that the students fail their courses the most. I'm like, if you have 50 students and 40 fail, that means you didn't do your job. We need to reorient ourselves when it comes to how teaching should happen. But we don't have time to, for me to expatiate on that. I wish I had more time, but yeah, that's all that we can take.
Yeah. Honestly, there's so many angles to take loads of these stories from, and would love to hear your thoughts as well. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and let us know your thoughts on the headlines for this morning. Let's take a quick break and be back with more.